One of the most frequently asked questions I receive is, how can I make sure I am paying the lowest price for my cruise cabin? Well, today I'm going to share with you 4 different things that you can do to make sure that you are maximizing your savings when you book your next cruise. Hi everyone, I'm Sharon from Sharonatsea Travel, and thanks for stopping by the YouTube channel. If you're like me, you are always looking for the best prices when you travel. Flights, hotels, transportation, it's a lot to juggle. Every day I get asked questions about saving money when traveling, but today we are going to focus on saving money when you book your cruise. In the past, the best way to get the lowest price was either book a cruise a couple years in advance or book last minute for some low discounted prices. Now, these 2 methods still hold true to some extent, although last-minute deals these days are few and far between. But there are a few other things that you can do to make sure you don't overspend when booking your next cruise. The first thing I will tell anyone, and probably the method that can have the biggest impact on getting the cheapest rate for your cruise, is steer clear of booking a cruise during peak travel times. Do not book a cruise that sails during spring break. Do not book a cruise that sails during summer months, especially mid-June, July, and into the first part of August. Do not cruise during holidays like Christmas and New Year's. These are commonly the most expensive times to cruise, and you will find prices can sometimes be double the cost of the same ship and itinerary during non-peak times. Now, I know some people have no choice but to schedule during these times. I mean, that's why they are the peak travel dates. But if you are on a budget, avoid these cruise dates. Being flexible with your travel dates is one of the best ways to secure low rates. If you are a family scheduling a cruise around school, try finding a break in the school schedule where there's a 3 or 4 day weekend to minimize kids' time away from school. And if your kids are younger, I would make the argument that with proper communication with the child's school and teachers, in many places, schoolwork can easily be made up after your travels or even during your travels with zero impact on your child's grades. We took our son out of school on a handful of occasions when he was younger with no negative repercussions. You can also try cruising during fall break, since these breaks are not necessarily nationwide. During this time, the weather remains beautiful in many cruise destinations. Now, I will tell you that late August, September, and October also have lower rates because they are considered hurricane season. This is a time of year when tropical storms are most likely to form and impact traditional cruising waters. If you book during this season, make sure to look into travel insurance, so in the event of any issues, you will not be impacted financially. Also, remember that certain destinations will have better pricing when sailing at certain times of year. Here are the 3 most common cruise destinations when sailing from the U.S. and the cheapest time of the year to sail them. For Caribbean cruises, you can usually find the lowest prices in September, October, early November before Thanksgiving, and also the first half of December before the holiday season. Also look at mid-January through February, although the weather at the beginning and ending of these cruises could still be a bit chilly during these days. If cruising Alaska, the cheapest time to sail would be before Memorial Day, late April into May, and after Labor Day in September. As for cruising the Mexican Riviera, the cheapest sail dates would probably be found during mid-October through February, minus the weeks of the major holidays. Okay, now in the event that you want to or need to cruise during the peak or popular cruising dates, here are a few other ways to minimize the amount you are paying for your cruise. Book early and monitor prices. So I mentioned booking early is a key factor these days in getting the lowest price. The earlier you book, the better. By booking early, you can always monitor your price, and if you notice a lower price on the cruise line's website, in most cases, you can get the price adjusted to the current lower rate. So once you book, it is important to monitor the price of your cruise. Cruise lines often change their promotions, which may lower the price, but you do have to notify them to get it adjusted. This isn't something they do automatically. Also, be aware that not all similar cruise cabins are priced the same. Just because you see a balcony price go down, this doesn't mean your balcony category price went down as well. This is just one reason why booking with a travel agent can be beneficial. A good travel agent will look at all of your options and get you the lowest price, and will monitor your prices and get them adjusted if they see a decrease in your rate. This is just one way a travel agent can save you a lot of time and money. Before we move on, if you're new here, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to our channel. We create cruise vlogs and tips to help make your cruise experience more enjoyable and stress-free. The next way to save a couple of bucks is book a guaranteed cabin. If you're flexible and your cabin location isn't important to you, sometimes you can book a guaranteed cabin for a savings. This is when you book a cabin by category, but the cruise line ultimately chooses your cabin location. It's like when an airline chooses your seat for you instead of picking your seat. Keep in mind, once this cabin is assigned, there is no turning back, but on many occasions, you may be notified of an option to upgrade your cabin type for a cheaper cost than the original price of that upgraded cabin. I have booked guaranteed cabins a few times, and so far, I haven't had any issues with the final location the cruise line gave us. Finally, make sure to do your homework. Now, as a travel agent, I will always recommend using a good travel agent. They will look for the best deals by asking you all the right questions about what you want from your cruise and will give you the best options for you and your family. But if you like to book on your own, just make sure you do your homework. Here are a few things to look into. If you're a repeat cruiser, do you have any promotions? Past guest promotions or casino offers can have reduced rates, reduced deposits, and even offer onboard credit. What is included in your cruise rate? Drinks, specialty dining, excursion credits, onboard credit. These can all greatly affect the total price that you'll pay for your cruise. Let's say you are looking at 2 different cruise lines for the same itinerary and time of year. One cruise line includes a drink package, a night of specialty dining, and an excursion credit, and the other does not. You have to consider these benefits when figuring out the total cost of the cruise. What are the deposit amounts and are they refundable if you change your plans? If you are booking over a year out from your cruise, plans can change, and if your plans change, will you incur a loss of your deposit or other money paid towards your cruise? Another thing to consider is what will be your pre-cruise expenses. Airfare to the port, hotel prices. If you are flying to the port and need to spend the night at a hotel, this will ultimately add to your total cost of going on this cruise. Another thing, which cruise line and cruise ship will be right for your family? Do you want to party or be busy all the time, or do you want to just be pampered and relax? Don't waste your money on a cruise that is not right for you. Are you more interested in what the ship has to offer or what the ports have to offer? If you are focused on the ports, then book the cheapest cruise available. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. And since you stuck around, I have a bonus tip for you. Gift cards. That's right, gift cards can save you plenty of money. First, there are a number of websites out there that sell cruise line gift cards at a 10% discount. Yes, pay $90 and get a $100 gift card. It may not sound like a lot, but you can save $200 if you use this method and pay for a $2,000 cruise. Also, grocery stores often have gift cards that will give you gas points for purchasing the gift card. And who can't use some extra gas points these days, right? Boy, the list goes on and on. But there you have it. These are all examples of things to look into before cruising to make sure that you are paying the least amount possible when you book your next cruise vacation of a lifetime. I hope you found these tips to be helpful, and if you need assistance booking your next cruise, I would love for you to consider me when choosing your travel professional. Feel free to contact me anytime at sharonatsea@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up on your way out, and don't forget to share it with family and friends that love to cruise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.